Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Wall situation. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of spotty, kind of dotty, kind of ruined. I'm not living for this moment, or any moment which involves me having to fork out more money for a new tub of paint. But it happens. We're going to move on, but you're going to have to ignore it for the foreseeable future until I can be asked to go down to Wilkinson's to get a quart of paint. Sorry. You guys, this video is part 2 of my massive Uber Duber beauty haul. This video will be very, very long. Please do grab a snack and a drink, make yourself comfortable. I cannot make this 3 parts. It will just be an absolute embarrassment. So, let's just crack on. I think I'm going to start with what I got from Feel Unique because that is the least, most intimidating pile. First thing I got, Laura Mercier translucent powder. Loose setting powder, translucent. I got it right the first time. Nothing special about this powder. Everyone seems to have it. I've never owned it. I feel like the last person on planet Earth that does makeup or, you know, owns makeup to have this. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It wasn't on... Actually, was it on like a special deal leading up to Christmas? I can't remember at this point. I'll be honest, I can't remember. But yeah, I just thought I'd pick this up. It must have been on deal. I wouldn't have paid full price for it. I don't pay full price for anything. But yeah, I hope to use it in the future, hopefully soon in a video, to see what all the hype was about, and to see why this was the holy grail of a lot of people. This may not work for me, but I couldn't resist because I'm an impulsive buyer and it just sort of landed in my cart. This is the Bare Minerals Stardust Deluxe Mineral Veil Finishing Powder. I don't know anything about this powder, apart from it looks bloody gorgeous in the box. I don't know if that's focusing at all, but can you see the like little charm bracelet around the pot? I don't intend on taking this bracelet and wearing it around my wrist, if I'm going to be honest with you, but I think I might keep it on the pot because it just makes me feel... really great about looking at it. Does that make any sense? I don't know, but it's kind of like a peachy toned powder. Should we have a look at it? It just looks like this. It's quite a hefty tub. It looks and feels heavy and expensive, and inside it just looks kind of peachy, a little bit like the Too Faced peach powder, which I love. So if it's anything like that, then I think I'm really going to get along with this. This was like £20. What? But you know, like I said, couldn't help myself. I feel like once you spent so much money, it kind of all becomes a blur. But yeah, I really liked the Bare Minerals Christmas collection this year. I didn't actually pick up anything but this powder, but I always seem to walk past it in Debenhams like, ugh, I want all of you, but I didn't need it. Not that that obviously carried on as a theme throughout, but you know, one less thing I didn't pick up was some of the Bare Minerals Christmas collection, which was really beautiful. Another thing I picked up, which I thought was going to go out of stock, these were the Stila Cosmetics Enchanted Eyes Liquid Eyeshadow Set. You get 3 in Shimmer and Glow and 3 in Glitter and Glow. I've got 2 of the Glitter and Glow already in like mermaidy colours. They're really, really pretty. They stay on the eyes beautifully, but they're hella expensive. They're like £25 each, and I am absolutely just not committed to that price. So I thought I'd pick up this set. I'm really surprised that these weren't sold out when I went for them because I think I picked this one up after Christmas. Actually, I know I did. I picked up all of this Feel Unique stuff after Christmas. So yeah, you get 3 of the Shimmer and Glow and 3 of the Glitter and Glow, and they are slightly smaller, but I feel like with these things, unless you're using it on an everyday basis, which I know I won't be, then they will not run out that fast. I just feel like I needed these in my life, so I picked them up. Quick story, for Christmas I got the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions palette from my little younger brother, which was so sweet of him because I've actually always wanted to try out Huda Beauty eyeshadows, but I've never quite taken the plunge because they are a little bit expensive. So yeah, I've always wanted this one. I don't know how he knew, but I've always wanted this one because it's like cool tones and they're just really beautiful, and I love a good silver. And I really wanted this eyeshadow palette, and he got it for me for Christmas, which is so sweet of him, especially because of the price. So yeah, that's really sweet of him, but because I really like them and I really have decided that I like the formula and they blend well and very buildable, I picked up 2 more, which was the Emerald Obsessions, because green is going to be the colour of 2019. It just is. We're all seeing it. It's going to happen. We're all going to be sick of it by summer. But I picked up a green eyeshadow palette, and the Mauve, I call it Mauve Obsessions palette, which is absolutely beautiful. It's far more like raspberry toned, a little bit vibes of the Modern Renaissance in that sort of sense, but very, very beautiful mauvey raspberry tones. And then the Emerald Obsessions is well, greens obviously, which are really, really pretty. But I picked these two up because I kind of want to use them in conjunction with this Smoky Obsessions, because this is so neutral and so wearable that I thought if I picked up these two, then they can kind of go with that one, and I can kind of just kind of put them in my bag. They're so small and travel friendly that I thought these were really great. And now that I know that I like the formula, I feel like I'm going to start collecting these. Okay, the next less intimidating pile is my Primark makeup. But I feel like I'm going to be intensely judged for what I'm about to show you. So, if you have watched me before, you will know that the Primark concealer, it's called My Perfect Colour Concealer, Liquid Concealer. My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer, in fact, and they are £2. They are the best concealer I've ever tried in my entire life. They are just so wearable, they're creamy. I've got it on today under my eyes, not that you can probably tell because I've got a lot of powder on as well, but I wear them every single day, and I would be terrified if these suddenly went out of stock. And it occurred to me that I feel like the makeup world is changing quite a lot, and I'd say in the past 3 years it's just ever growing and things coming out every single week, and it's just impossible to catch up. So I was thinking, do you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the formula of this concealer, and that terrified me. So of course I picked up a few, and by a few I mean this happened. I've picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 concealers. Can we just pause for judgment, please? Because I was scared, I was vulnerable. This isn't the place to attack. So yeah, I picked up 9, 6 of which are in the shade Porcelain, which is the lightest shade. I do prefer a lighter concealer because I feel like if anything is too light, you know, if I become tan miraculously overnight, then at least I can sort of powder it and merge it in with a dark foundation. But I bought 3 slightly darker shades in Cool Sand. I feel like this is my skin colour right now, and this one is like a perfect under eye shade. I bought loads in case they sold out of my shade and I'd run out, because obviously I get through 9 concealers in a month, obviously. The next thing I picked up from Primark were 2 foundations. I actually have a foundation from Primark. It's like a little square bottle, and it's supposed to be the dupe of the Estee Lauder one, but I find it a little bit too matte for my liking. I don't set it down, and that's the only way I like to wear it. It's very, very nice on the skin. I think for £5 it's an absolute steal, but I do prefer to set down my makeup just around my jawline because I'm a toucher. I like to touch my face without knowing that I'm touching my face, so I do like to set down my makeup with a little bit of powder, not too much. I picked up these, which was the Glow foundation. This is in the shade Cool Sand, which is the shade of my skin right now. It's kind of like my perfect shade, and I thought I picked up the same shades, but clearly I didn't. I don't know what was going through my head. I've picked up my Perfect Colour Velvet Finish foundation in Porcelain, which I think is going to be far too pale for me, but we'll make it work. It's absolutely fine. But I wanted to try the Glow foundation because it comes in like a little dropper, which is an interesting way. I'm quite interested to see what the Velvet Finish one will be like, because it says medium coverage, second skin effect and customizable coverage. So they may be quite similar with each other, so therefore I might be able to mix them about. So yeah, picked up 2 more foundations that I didn't need. Picked up a spray. I was just intrigued really. It kind of looks a little bit oily. There's definitely oil in there, like I can see bubbles. Can you see the bubbles? Like I don't know what oil that is, but yo, that is oil in there. But I'm okay with oil because, oh, it says argan oil. I'm such an idiot. I could just read the bottle, couldn't I? It says the 2-in-1 finishing spray with green tea and argan oil. This was £4. Shake to prime, settle to refresh complexion. So perhaps this would be good before foundation. I think things with oil are typically better under the foundation just because it merges into the skin rather than separating the foundation and anything on top out. I'm quite interested to try this out, but I don't really know why I picked this up. I just sort of spur of the moment buy, I guess. But for a dry person, I do love a bit of oil, so why not? Picked up a primer. This is the Vitamin Primer. I actually have this already. You probably can't see the packaging because I'm like this far away. It's just a very plain squeezy tube bottle. The camera's not focusing on at the moment. This was £3. It's very plainish packaging. It smells really great. It smells like Fruity Tooty almost. It says the vitamin enriched skin primer containing B3, B5 and E vitamins. I don't know if this actually does anything for the longevity of my makeup, but I feel like my skin always feels fresh and not cakey and makeup-y when I wear this, so I thought I'd just pick up another one just to kind of test it for a little bit longer, because I have got only like a little bit left of my other one. So yeah, I thought I'd continue trying this out because I still don't know how I feel about it. So picked another one up. It's only £3. Picked up some highlighters. I saw Soph Does Nails, or just Soph, whatever you like to call her, use the Brunch Club highlighter from Primark, and I found it and I thought, well, actually it was a really pretty shade. It's kind of like a champagne-y pearly colour. So when I saw that brunch one, I saw this one called Frosted. I don't know why I picked it up because I don't actually like a frosty highlighter, but this one is like white. It's like pearly white, but it is white. So I'm thinking perhaps I could kind of mix the two, like this one for all over the cheekbone and then this one to be like boop on the top and maybe in the corner. Not too sure, but I'm not going to stand around and swatch them today because we've got a lot to get through. I also picked up this double dimension highlighter. I might have picked this up for the packaging. I cannot confirm or deny that. I don't know if they've still got this in stock, but this is the shade Goddess. I don't know if you can see that from back there. It's got like this really cute snowflake on it, which I thought was really sweet. £3. The packaging's really cool as well. It's like frosted and awesome. I picked up some eyeshadow palettes. Why? Why did I do that to myself? I have no idea. But this, I thought, was a dupe for the shadow palette that I wanted, which is ironic because I got it in the end, so don't need this anymore. This is the Nude Addiction for £3. It's like Primark's version of the Huda Beauty palettes, I guess. Like, these are all neutrals. You've got a couple of shimmers in here, some deep tones, some highlighting shades. So if the formula's nice, this is actually a really nice little travel palette, and I think I could probably get away with travelling with the Huda one as well because they're both the same sort of size. So I thought I'd pick this one up, £3. I've lost nothing really if it's terrible, but I did do a slight investment into this one, which is the Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. This one was £8. Why the hell did I spend £8 in Primark on an eyeshadow palette? But the shades in here are really pretty. It kind of reminded me a bit modern Renaissance vibe, a little bit of the Huda Beauty, I've forgotten what it's called, it's like the nude palette, I don't know, her new one. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit, not too much, just like that sort of vibe, a little bit of modern Renaissance, the sort of raspberryish sort of tones. You've got like an icy sort of silver shade. Got some really nice metallics in here, so I'm thinking I could do a full face of Primark makeup if that's something you want to see. But I feel like Primark have really upped their game makeup wise, especially with their base products. I think their base products are amazing, so hopefully their eyeshadows are good too. And lastly, from Primark, I bought these liquid glitter eyeshadows, which are basically a dupe of the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. I have no idea what these are like. These could be a pile of poo. They're £3 each, so if they're any good, then that is a solid price of £3 each, because the Stila ones are like £20 each, like I said earlier, and I'm just not committed enough to invest in that much. But the packaging is really, really cute. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of looks like tin foil, but gold, like crinkled goldy tin foil. If I wouldn't stop dropping them, that'd be great. I've got one in silver, one in gold. They look very, very, very similar in the tube. I kind of nearly only picked up one because I thought they were one shade only, but one says silver, one says gold, so we can only find out with time when I try them out, but I thought I'd just pick them up, why not? Okay, moving on to Colourpop makeup. Now, I haven't got a terrible amount from Colourpop to give it its own haul. Normally I would do just a Colourpop haul, but to be honest, I don't think it warranted, there's not enough to warrant a haul. Anyway, let me crack on with what I've got. I've got a Best in Brows box. Inside of this is basically the pomade, which I love. This is all in Dope Taupe, by the way. You choose what colours you want. So I've got this Dope Taupe pomade. I got the Precision Brow Pencil, which is my holy grail. Why is this not the shade I go for? It is, but it's lighter. How bizarre. Have they changed the shade? Because I will be mortified. Why do I feel like they've changed the shade of this? No. It's lighter. They've changed it. The buggers. They've changed it behind my back and they didn't let me know. Well, this has just put a depressing spin on things for me. I've also never tried out the Brow Boss, which is the other brow pencil. I have never tried this out. I don't know what the difference is. I think the tip is just bigger. It's actually not. It's not bigger at all. I don't know what the hell the difference is. So maybe I will do like one Brow Boss and one brow the Precision Pencil and see. I've also never tried out the Brow Boss gel, which also comes in Dope Taupe, I believe. Yes, no, light brown this comes in. Never tried this out, but Kathleen Lights raved about it once, saying it was really good. So I thought instead of just picking up a brow pencil by itself, which I needed a refill on, and the pomade, I thought I'd just pick up this box. I picked up some lip products. I got 3 ultra blotted lips and 2 glossy lips. So I picked up Champagne Mammy and Aquarius gloss. I have Aquarius, I love the shade of it, but I don't have the gloss, so I picked up those 2 shades. Champagne Mammy is like a beautiful coral peachy shade with gold glitters, and Aquarius is just like the perfect cool tone nude. Love that. Picked up some more ultra blotted lip colours. I love the Ultra Blotted lip formula. I feel like it's not raved about enough, but I absolutely love it. It's like a comfort matte in my eyes. It's like not full pigment, but it just looks so natural, but you know it's not natural, but it just looks so lovely on the lips. I picked up the shade Vitamin C, which I just love the name of that, and I love the colour of this. It's picking up way more orange on camera. This is kind of, I'd say, a peachy browny orange. It's more peach, but not a vibrant peach, but it's picking up like fluorescent orange on the camera for some reason. I also picked up the shade Ocean Avenue, which is this bright orange. I'm very interested to see how this wears because it is a blotted lip. It's very like dampened in the colour. It's like a soft hue. So if this is like a soft hue of bright orange, I'm interested to see how this will wear on the lips. I also got like a mauvey shade, which is just a standard beautiful shade in Soda Pop. And I think this will just look beautiful, like a Your Lips But Better sort of shade. I picked up the stick foundations. I picked up 4 shades and I've swatched them all, not on my face, but I've just swatched them on my hands to see if I had the right shades. And I don't know if I do. I'll do a foundation review of that at some point. 2 eyeshadow palettes. I got the Femme Rosa, which is the Karouche and Colourpop collaboration. I think this has been out for a while. I just feel like the She palette has been out for a while. Wait, is this the She palette? Or is this the Femme Rosa palette? Wait, what's the difference? Oh, I don't know. Femme Rosa She palette? I don't know, whatever it is, it's beautiful packaging. Look at the beautiful roses on this. I think it's so aesthetically pleasing. And inside it's just beautiful tones, and I knew I didn't need this, but I looked at it and I was like, oh, you're so pretty. And I feel like this is really travel friendly and very romantic. I'm actually going away for Valentine's Day with my boyfriend, so I feel like this is really romantic vibes, and this is what I might bring as my little travel palette because I'm cheesy like that. And I also got the Autumn palette. I think this is still available. It was still available when I ordered it around Christmas time. It's the Good Sport palette. I think this is one of the most unique palettes they've come out with in a long time. I can understand how this probably wouldn't be some people's vibe, but it was definitely my vibe. It's like mustardy, pukey tones with hints of purple. Kind of reminds me of the trees, kind of reminds me of weirdness. I kind of love it. It's kind of rocking my world. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about it really. I think it's really cool. It's got some really cool weird shades in it that I am absolutely living for. I got the Crush on You highlighter palette, which was basically revolutionary in terms of Colourpop's eyes. It came with the, well, it didn't come with, but it was in the same collection as the autumnal Good Sport, whatever this is, like autumnal season collection. I love the cheetah packaging, by the way. I think that's so cute. And I love like the peachiness. This is basically their Super Shock highlighters in a palette form. As you can probably tell, I have swatched them because the temptation was overwhelming. These feel like the Super Shock shadows and the Super Shock highlighters and cheek products, like all the Super Shock formula, and I don't know how it's not dried out so far, but they're just so creamy and reflective. This isn't going to be very PC of me, but this formula kind of like turns me on when I put it on my face. If you can relate, thumbs up, because if you know, you know. This formula, I love it so much, so much. And I love it so much so that I actually bought the highlighting palette from the Christmas collection. They did like a cloud rainbow theme for Christmas, which was random, but okay, yeah, cool. And they came out with more highlighting palettes. I feel like they're going to produce a lot of these because they're probably going to prove quite popular because this formula is scrumptious. But these are kind of like, they have a weird shift to them. Like you got a pink one, and like these two have like a weird, that one has like a weird greeny shift, like a greeny yellow. This one's alright. These two are like probably the only wearable ones. This one is very glittery though, which is, I'm very aware of that. It looks very glittery on the skin, but oh my god, it just turns me on. Oh, the last 2 things. I picked up the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I wasn't going to pick these up at first. I was kind of against it, but then I was like, ugh, what the hell, throw them in. I only picked up 2. So I picked up this, like, what is this? Hallucinogenous? I don't know. Hallucinogenous. It's the purple one. This has got like a blue shift to it. It's like silvery blue with purple, so I thought it was really unique and cool. And this one is Sweet Dreams. That one was slightly easier to pronounce. And it's like a raspberry pink with purple as well. I love purple eyes and I love like glittery things, so I thought I would try these out, and if I fall in love miraculously, and I wish I'd always known that I loved them, I might order a few more next time I do a Colourpop haul. But yeah, for now I thought I'd just pick up 2 kind of wearable shades that I know I'll pick out quite a lot. So yeah, that's what I bought from Colourpop in the last month and a bit. On to the last stuff. Oh my god. I bought a lot from Boots. Don't ask me why. I'm going to try and rattle through this as much as I can because a lot of it I do have intentions to film with later on in separate videos. First thing I'm going to talk about are the Beauty Bakery kits that Boots had. I think they might still have a few. You might be able to find it online. I'm not really too sure if they still have these in stock, but I've always wanted to try out Beauty Bakery. Beauty Bay stock it online, but they always seem to be out of stock a lot of the time and a lot of the stuff. So I saw these. They were reduced to like half price, which was £20, I want to say. Don't hold me to it. It was about £20 because I bought them in the Boxing Day sale / just after Christmas. So here you get the piece of cake, which is a blush palette, and the icing like icing pen icing pen like mascara. I really love the aesthetic of this brand just because it's all like food, and I love food because I'm an absolute foodie. You get the yellow setting flower powder, which I wish it was translucent, but beggars can't be choosers. Hopefully it'll be okay. I do own a lot of other yellow powders, so hopefully it's not too yellow. You get a blending egg and a brush, which I think is exclusive to the set. I'm not really too sure, but my intention with these sets is to at some point do a whole full face of Beauty Bakery makeup. That may be later on in the year, like much later on, just because it's going to take me a while to collect up the Beauty Bakery stuff because Beauty Bay is always out of stock on it. So maybe that's a good thing, and then maybe that says that it's good makeup. Hopefully that means that, but this will be up soon in the year, but not that soon. I went to the Smashbox counter. I don't own anything from Smashbox. I don't know if that's hard to believe or not, but I don't own anything from Smashbox. And at first I picked up this little cute travel spotlight palette highlighter trio with the shades Turn It On Pearl, Crank It Up Pearl and Blow a Fuse Pearl. It just comes in like this really cute tiny little palette, and it just got like a little mirror on it, and it's just really small and dinky, and I thought this would be perfect for travel if I like the formula. I actually swatched these in store and I thought they were really sort of sheeny and beautiful, so on the skin I can imagine these to be great. I had a look at their Christmas collection and I wasn't like bothered by it. I don't know, I always feel like I pass Smashbox really fast, and I probably shouldn't because they seem to have a lot of great makeup and people rave about the primer and stuff, so maybe I need to put my attention more into new brands instead of collecting more and more of the same brands all the time. But they had this contour and spotlight palette, 3 matte contours, bronze and highlighting shades, 6 complementary spotlight highlighters. I'm not really too sure that they're complimentary. I'm pretty sure that I paid for them, so I wouldn't say that they were complimentary. The packaging is freaking awesome. It's very psychedelic. Kind of feel like I'm on drugs when I'm looking at it. Inside, basically, there's a massive mirror, absolutely massive. It's so clear that I don't want to look at myself in it because it's that clear. And inside you get these beautiful contour shades, 6 highlighting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6 highlighting shades. So the 6 are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the middle here you get a contour shade, a bronzing shade and like a sculpting shade. And I tested these in store and they're so buttery and so creamy in formula, and I thought this would be a great chance to try out Smashbox makeup and Smashbox powders. I know I bought the travel palette, but I felt like I was going to enjoy the formula of it, so I thought I'd just pick it up while it was on offer. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. I bought the Benefit Brow Stars, which was a Christmas box set, and I was actually only going to buy the Benefit Brow Wiz because obviously I've got the Colourpop one, and I've heard so many good things about Benefit's brow products, and I've never actually tried any apart from like the little sample sizes I've got in beauty boxes. So I thought I'd want to buy a full-size product for once. But actually inside, like, because the brow products are like £20 to £25 I believe, but inside this was £50 and you get 5 full-size products. So I thought, what better way to try them all out than to have all of the full sizes for the price of 2 in this lovely box. And this box has like got a nice clasp on it and everything, so I guess I could keep it for something. Hairbands? I'm not really too sure. Don't think I'll be keeping it, not too sure. But yeah, it's got the foolproof brow powder, the Gimme Brow and the full size, these are all 4 sizes by the way, the Ka-Brow pomade, the what's this, the Precisely My Brow pencil, which is what I was going to just pick up by itself, and the Goof Proof, and you get like a free like brow tool. Don't know if you can actually see that, I can't get into it, but it's really cool, really good value for money. And I wish I bought 2 now, even though it was £50. it's the price of 2 products, and now I wish that I bought 2 because actually that was an amazing deal. So if they have a similar deal on next Christmas where they've got all the brow products in for £50, although it sounds like a lot, when you look at it, it's actually the price of only 2 products, so it was a really good deal. Also from Benefit, I picked up the Benefit Box Blush in Gold Rush. I don't know why I bought this. This wasn't actually the same occasion because I feel like at Benefit they harass me so much at the counter that I feel like I can't really stand and peruse and swatch and debate with myself. I feel like I just have to be like, I'll just buy one thing and go, because I don't feel like I have the time to enjoy looking at it. If you're the same, please do comment down below, because I feel like I'm not the only one that feels that tension from the Benefit counter. It's so annoying because their makeup is really good, but I feel the pressure from the ladies on the counter, sometimes men, but they're mostly ladies, when they're just like, can we help? Can we help? Are you sure we can't help? What do you need? Can we help you? I'm like, back off! So I bought the Gold Rush Box Blush, and I'd say this is an in-between of Rockature, which is one of my favourite blushes, and what's the Coralista, I'd say. It's kind of like a peachy rose colour, if that makes any sense. It's got like this gold shimmer on top, which is just like a spray over, unfortunately, but inside it's just like a really nudie peach, but it's like a neutral rather than it being a peach, if that makes any sense. It's not unique actually, but it's really pretty, so I thought I would pick this one up. So yeah, that's the 2 things I picked up from Benefit. I found the Wet n Wild counter, or like stall, and I didn't actually realise that Wet n Wild was coming to Boots, and when I saw it I was like, what the hell? And I had coupons, like Boots send you through like vouchers in the post if you're part of their Boots loyalty scheme. It's really easy to be a part of. I'd highly recommend it even if you don't shop there regularly, because it's a really good point system. So I picked up basically a full face of Wet n Wild. So I picked up the foundation in Soft Ivory. I've heard a lot of good things about that foundation. I've picked up the pressed powder. I'm shooting through these because I want to do a full face video at some point, so you'll be able to see them in full detail, swatched on my face and everything. I picked up the contouring palette in Dulce de Leche, I don't know. I also picked up the Comfort Zone palette. I picked up 2 highlighters because I couldn't decide which one I liked the most, and there wasn't like a swatching bit yet because they hadn't actually fully set up the stand, but me being me was like, I don't care if you haven't set it up yet, I want you all. So picked up Precious Petals, which is supposed to be a really good one, and Blossom Glow. I nearly called it Blossom Blow, that sounded weird. I picked up a blush which is in Melon Wine, and picked up a lip crayon. What colour is this? Picked up a lip crayon in Rico Mauve, and picked up a gel liner in Bear to Comment. Picked up these 2 little sparkly eyeshadow toppers. I haven't swatched these yet, so I'm quite interested in how they work. One's a silvery colour because I love silvers, in Spiked, and one's in like a champagne nude colour in the shade Nudecomer. I also got their concealer, which I don't really know what it's called. Oh, Light Ivory, there you go. Their concealer in Light Ivory. And finally their setting spray. The only thing I have not got is a primer. Now that is because the only primer they had was a pore filling one. I don't mind trying out pore filling primers, but if I'm honest, I just have enough. I picked up this gem, which I don't know if this is going to actually work, but this is Revlon's new Photo Ready Instant Cheek Maker, and it's got like a highlight and a blush on it. It's in this shade 002 Rose Quartz, or Quartz Rose. I don't know if that's going to focus or the lighting's being a bit silly, but it's just like this weird shape. Like, it's just got like this little funny hump to it. It's supposed to like hug your cheek like this, which it does in all fairness, and you're supposed to sweep it up and have like the blush and the highlight. The colour is really pretty. I thought that the colour was really sort of neutral and very everyday, very wearable, so nearly dropped it on myself. So I thought we could try this out, maybe in like does it work video, but it's just like you just wind it up and down, and I quite liked the shade of it. It's a sort of me shade blush. I love a rosy sort of colour. The last thing of this haul is a Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop in the shade Ginger Pop. I have been wanting a Clinique blush for so long, and I don't know why I've never picked one up, because I always seem quite happy to spend money on other makeup, but as soon as a blush is like £20, I'm like, oh no, absolutely not. And I was like, Megan, you've spent that on other blushes. Why not spend it on one you've been wanting for ages? This is Ginger Pop. It's got a beautiful flower pattern. I'm sure you've seen the Clinique blushes before. My camera's not quite focusing, but it's absolutely beautiful. I've heard so many people rave about them. People with larger followings, people with smaller followings, people that don't even really like makeup that much. So I wanted Nude Pop as well, but they were sold out in quite a few shades. But Ginger Pop looked like a very me shade, and I've always wanted to try out the Clinique Pop blushes. Apparently they are amazing, so knowing my luck, as soon as I've bought one they'll probably go out of stock and they'll be discontinued forever, because that's how it works, isn't it? Oh my goodness, you guys. We're done. We're over. This video is probably over half an hour long. I'm going to try and edit it down as much as I possibly can. I do apologise for it being so long, but something in me was like, you cannot make this a 3-parter. That's shameful. So hopefully you've enjoyed my 2-part collective makeup haul. I can't buy makeup for another 6 months. Maybe the whole year. That's the lie. It's not going to happen, but for at least the month of January, possibly February. I won't lie, probably half of my December payday went on, like half my December paycheck went on makeup. Which, yeah. If you have reached the end of this video though, I really do appreciate it, so thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me spend all my life savings on makeup. If you want any videos on anything specific, just like I said in my last haul video, if you haven't seen it I'll link it up here. I don't know if I've linked it up already actually, but it's in the eye somewhere. Yeah, if you want any video on anything I've hauled, then please do just comment that down below, because I'm more than happy to incorporate it if you just want to see how something works, or you know, if you just want to see how the blush works or the Clinique Pop blush, just comment, can you add that in your next video, and I'll just showcase it or update you how I feel about it. Like I said, there are some videos like the Beauty Bakery stuff that I've got planned for, but you know, things like the Smashbox palette, I've got nothing necessarily planned for it, so if you want to see anything specific, then do just say and I will do that for you. If you're watching this video and you have not already, hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it, and you can watch all my other videos by hitting the bell to notify you for that as well. Doing all those things is great and it really helps me out. I really appreciate it, and yeah, it lets me know that you like these sorts of videos. So thank you once again for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in my next one. Hopefully I haven't bought any makeup by then. Bye. But yeah, I really liked the Bare Mineral. Yeah, so you get 3 of the Shimmer and Glow, 3 of the Glitter and Glow. So yeah, you get 3 of the Shimmer and Glow, 3 and the oh my goodness. Okay.